It's Week 8 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He comes in fourth in the NFL in rushing touchdowns this year. It's the Eagles and the Giants, and it's coming up next.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewan here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants, down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's... And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run it with Devin Singletary. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll go right side with Singletary. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They'll send him over right. The second down run by Singletary. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Adoree Jackson now to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Hurts comes out throwing. Connects with Mechie. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A run here with Will Shipley. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On first down, Hurts. He's got Smith. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds, back to the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Drew Phillips making the tackle. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll motion Smith left. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. On the move, headed right. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. A handoff to Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Robinson in motion right. They go right back to Tracy. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Russ looking to throw. Connects with Johnson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Now an inside give to Singletary. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They have it on 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Gets this to Slayton. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it's good enough for a New York first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Wilson with it on first. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Cooper to Jean with the stop. All right, here we go. Second down. They'll motion Slayton left. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Russ now from the gun. Neighbors with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Ross off the play fake. Has it down close. Touchdown, New York. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants push their lead to 3.
Eagles 7.
Gano ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
A give to Shipley, running left. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Hurts. This finds Shipley, complete. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Juke the defender. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. Pass complete to Mechie. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw, Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he'll go down here at the 16. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Right side, quick pass, complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. 4-step, and he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's brought down for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. This is Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2. Wilson now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and the Giants will have a first down. Ross out of the pistol. Gets this to Johnson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. As the play clock nears 0, we've got a timeout from Coach Brian Dable. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson to the air. Into the hands of Neighbors. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants take a second quarter lead. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
Gano ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He finds some space again. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Hurts looking to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. As this play ends, we see someone in some discomfort out there. Oh, that's the tight end, Dallas Goedert, who they're coming out to look at. It's the 2-minute warning now from the Link. The Eagles trailing in the early going. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the pistol, Hurts. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. So after getting that pass away, he's in some visible discomfort. Training staff out now to see how serious it may be. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Hurts throwing again. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants and Malik Neighbors set to go to work again. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. 2nd and 3. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it deep downfield. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Ladd McConkey, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Joe Burrow leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Demario Douglas, a touchdown catch in the victory. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He accounted for 3 touchdowns in that first half. 1 in the air, 2 more on the ground. And he's been electrifying to this point. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it
ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. And the Giants going nickel, third down coming.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Hurts to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. On 1st down, Hurts. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Mechie hauls it in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, a give to Shipley. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Call it 1 yard on the run. That's going to set up 4th and 7.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. This from 40 on the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also, he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line. But this...
The ball's out! The ball's out! He lost it! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. and he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now they send their back in motion right. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's got a man left. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Saquon, and he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And it's picked out by the Giants. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play no one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
The visitors and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He finds Slayton. Has some daylight through the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. New set of downs for him from the 46. Wilson with it on 1st. He finds Johnson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. The ball is loose. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, that was such a nice run with great explosiveness and vision to get free. But you saw who's moving near the end of that kick. You almost felt like a little fatigue set in, and that created the opening. What they say about fatigue? Make cowards out of all men. I'll tell you what fatigue does on a football field. You can lose the ball security and the ball just like that.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Jukes one defender, and this is down all the way to the 3.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Throwing here, Hurts. Has it in close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And while we watch these replays from the booth partner, he's probably remembering these plays out from the coach's doghouse, you think? Yeah, coughed up the football multiple times, turned it over. We'll see if they continue giving it to him or if they call it a game for him at this point. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Russ now from the gun. Gets this to Slayton. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Wilson now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
I consider it such a privilege, Kate, to spend 2 years of my life backing up Peyton Manning and watching one of the best do it. Because when he got blitzed, he had answers. This quarterback and this offense, well, they did not.
Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4. They've got 1st down from the 31. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 32-yard line.
Running is Barkley. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 37.
It's 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down, ball at the 36. They've got a man in motion. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit. Great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and converts on 3rd and 17.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On the give, here's Shipley. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Automatic first down.
So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Now Hurts. Rolling left by, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On 1st down, it's Wilson. He's got Bellinger. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Into the hands of Neighbors. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Russ is cooking again. Pass cut by Tracy. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Wilson. This is complete to Neighbors. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Once more, it's Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Wilson to throw again. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
The Giants using their first timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All set up now for 1st and 10. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. A handoff to Tracy. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Third down, 1 yard to go. As the play clock nears 0, we've got a timeout from Coach Brian Dable. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Hurts. That's going to be cut by Shipley. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Drops to a knee here. Only one more timeout for that defense to burn and preserve some clock.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.